Well, hi. Today is Monday, November 18th, 2024. Time for another morning coffee. I'm Todd Studer. Thank you so much for making this show grow as fast as it is. I went back and I've been looking at numbers, and I can track how quickly people have been finding it and how much they've been liking it, because I get a lot of positive feedback from this. And also, last week had the most views of any week that we had done so far. So thank you so much for that. And also, don't forget, coming up at the end of this week on Friday, it is WinterFest in Council Bluffs. The lighting ceremony at Bayless Park downtown will take place promptly at 6 o'clock, and there's going to be lots of things to do for the entire family. Santa's workshop will be there. Both Santa Claus and Mrs. Claus will be there to get pictures taken, face painting, balloons, free hot cocoa. Now, that is going to be going on over at the Masonic Lodge. That's where I will be. I'm going to set up a booth in there and do a live webcast that night from the Masonic Lodge. So we encourage you to stop by and say hello to that. Food trucks going on at the corner of Pearl and Willow Street, so you can eat on Friday evening. Take the whole family out and enjoy dinner. Horse and carriage rides. There will be bike rides with the Grinch. They're showing a screening of Frozen this year. All kinds of great things going on. And we are absolutely thrilled that to be a part of what's going to be happening again and again. I'll be at the Masonic Lodge, and that is coming up on Friday. We'll be going live a little bit after 6 o'clock on Facebook, so we hope you would join us then. Don't forget also to visit my website, leshillsmedia.com, and I want you to take a look with a critical eye, because the reason I'm telling you this is because of who it is that designed and built this site. It's Sue Pitts with Just Sue Creative. And I'm extremely happy with how this turned out. I'm seeing a lot more traffic coming to it. I show up better now on a Google search when it comes to podcast production and online media. And you can also take a look at hers, justsuecreative.com, to see even more about it. One of my favorite parts about this, and she's the one that said that I should do this, and I agreed wholeheartedly, is my pricing for my services is all right there on the website. There's no questions. There's no, I wonder if I can afford this or not, because it's right there. And Sue does the same thing with hers. So whether it be marketing help or SEO or website building or what have you, Sue Pitts with Just Sue Creative can help you with that. Also, we want to say a big thank you to Cindy Schmader with Service Master Restore by Schmader. She has businesses both in Council Bluffs and in Omaha. She's the contact that you hope you don't need to call, but you sure are glad she's there if you do, because when disaster strikes, it is going to be Service Master Restore, the place that you need to get a hold of to be able to restore some of your cherished items. And she's very, very good at what she does. And there's a reason she's been in business for as long as she has. Just go to servicemasterrestore.com to learn more. Last week, I had told you that Thursday evening, I was at the AIM Tech Awards. I was invited by Jayme Busch of the AIM Institute. Jayme is the director, it's the Southwest Iowa coordinator for AIM Institute, and she joins us this morning on Morning Coffee. Before we go any further, Jayme, I just want to be able to thank you personally for inviting us out to the AIM Tech Awards. It was a wonderful evening. And besides just seeing all those young people and teachers and organizations get awards, also the location was phenomenal. I came home with some pretty cool pictures. So just wanted to express my gratitude directly to you for allowing me to be a part of that.
Absolutely. It's a blast. Peter Fink is an amazing person to allow us to be in there. So for free, actually. So
right. Yeah, and it was his private muscle car collection. So this is not something that people can buy tickets for and be able to go in and see.
No.
And I'm looking around and I'm like, holy cow, I am not believing what I'm looking at right now. So that was the great part. But the even better part was that the AIM Institute was able to honor all of those folks with awards on Thursday night, and talk a little bit about that and what all that means.
Sure. So we are part of, well, we've talked a little bit about AIM Institute. So we are a nonprofit, and our main goal is to get kids and adults into tech in all ways, shape, and form. So these awards were, and there were several of them, but Tech Innovator of the Year and Trio Student, which is my program, one of, well, a program that I do things with, but it was with Upward Bound. So we find these people, these kids and adults and institutions, and they are voted upon, and then we give out these awards once a year. So and Peter Fink lets us do it there. It's pretty neat thing. There were young kids, there were middle schoolers that got awards, high schoolers that got awards. Children's Hospital got an award. Clarkson Hospital got an award. So lots of really neat things.
Yeah, and there's a lot going on in Omaha, but also in Council Bluffs, because there was a couple of young people from Council Bluffs Thomas Jefferson that were honored Thursday night.
Yes, yep. Alexis Franks from TJ was awarded Trio Student of the Year for Upward Bound. She is not in my program, but she is in an AIM program, so the Upward Bound program. And yeah, really neat to be able to recognize people on this side of the river too.
Tell me about what it is specifically that you do for the AIM Institute, because you're pretty busy, along with sitting in your own shop right
Yeah.
now. But with this, just with the AIM Institute, I mean, you're working full time plus hours.
Sure. So I'm the outreach coordinator for Southwest Iowa. I have a couple of different jobs. My main is in the schools. Our target schools are Wilson and TJ, but we're all over Council of zip codes. I do a little bit at Lewis Central, a little bit at Kern. So basically, on the middle school side, we want to get kids into tech and want them to start kind of looking at or seeing post-secondary. Even though they're in middle school, we want to plant the seeds now for them to kind of know what they might want to do. So we try to introduce them into all the different parts of technology, which we immediately, I think we just all think computers, but there's so much more. It's really STEM, everything's STEM. So in the middle school, like I just took almost 300 eighth graders last month to Iowa Western in 2 different days, so that they can tour the college, and then they get to eat in the buffet and kind of just to plant the seed. A lot of these kids they know that Iowa Western is maybe 10 minutes away, but they've never even been on campus. So then on the high school side, we help kiddos basically anything they need for post-secondary. Well, we start with these kids in middle school, and we follow them till they're 27 as this TRIO program, or talent search is another word for it. And we ACT prep, ACT waivers, helping parents fill out the FAFSA, which has been a nightmare the last year, helping kids with college registration or personal statements, scholarships, like anything we can do to help them get through high school and then get into college or something post-secondary.
It's one thing to say that, oh, there's plenty of programs available and there's plenty of money available and there's scholarships and there's grants and there's all these different things that are available to be able to help young people get into any kind of post-secondary education, whether it be a traditional four-year school or whether it's a trade school or whatever. However, it's something else to have an understanding about how all of that works and where do you even start. And I think that that's really key to some of the stuff that you do is you give a little guidance and say, okay, here's where you can go for this. And because from the outside, it can look like a big giant mountain that,
Right.
okay, how do I ever climb this? But you said, no, it's one step at a time. And let me show you some of the steps in order to get there.
Right. And most of these kids or students are first generation. So I was first generation. Looking back, I think we talked a little bit before, looking back on it now, I went to Lincoln and then transferred and went to Bellevue, and I'm glad with what I did. It's my life. But I wish that I would have had a little bit more guidance, and then I just didn't have it. And so being able to do that for students is super rewarding for me. And it's just the main part of my program and what we do at AIM. The other thing that I do is we also serve adults. So I serve 600 kids for a Department of Education grant, and then we hold a Lakin grant where we hold Swift classes, which are basically higher level technology classes that are free, that anybody 17 basically and above can take. And we hold them in Omaha, in Council Bluffs, and online every couple of months. And one of them would be like a foundations of web development. So you're learning how to do landing pages like HTML, JavaScript landing pages by the time you're done with a certification that you could potentially take to a beginning at job and build yourself from there. So that's kind of neat too.
Well, that's very neat because there's, we talk about young people not knowing the path. And there's a lot of adults in that same boat that had never were exposed to what it is that you're teaching the young people right now. So, they can go along as well. I was just actually having this conversation this morning about where I personally am at professionally and thinking that, I'm 56 years old now, and this is not where I thought I would be. I thought things would be different, but none of that matters. And I'm talking to the adults right now that you would like to reach out to. That doesn't matter. All that matters is your starting point right now. And if you know where you want to go, the truth of where you're at right now is most important, because I can't get in my car and drive to California if I don't know what state I'm in right now. That's we have to have both ends in order to get there. And this is where I'm at right now. So it's fine. It's perfectly fine. And for the adults that you want to be able to help, it's fine where you're at right now. Doesn't mean that you can't get where you want to go just because you haven't gotten there yet.
Right. And if you really look at, other than some of the baby boomers, because like my dad's baby boomer, my dad worked for a place for 42 years, if you look like at the statistics of career changes, just myself, I could go on, I worked in hospitals, and then I went back to some things that I did when I was in high school and college, and I worked for a coffee, major coffee place. And then I stayed home for a while, and then I started subbing, and then I started teaching. And like, I would have never thought that I would have been in education and tech, like doing the things that I do. Even the stuff like I learn with these kids and these students and these adults, like I'm learning myself, what is this? Like, we're going to learn how to 3D print with 3D printers so that I can do it with kids. And so that's exciting too. Like, I really like that. But there are a lot of career changes. And if you look at the statistics, I think it's like 4 to 5 now. It might be more. I haven't looked at that in a while, but of like in your lifetime, how many times you actually had career changes. And that's okay. I don't know what I want to do when I grow up. I told you yesterday I was looking at grad school, and something completely separate than what I went to school for. So
well, and again, it's fine. It's perfectly fine that it doesn't matter. We all need to try things before we can have all of the information about it. And that's the really cool part about, with the young people that you're working with, is you're exposing them to different programs and different career options that maybe they hadn't thought of before. And it doesn't mean that they're all going to follow down that path,
right.
but to have the information so they know. Yeah. And I think that is where it really comes in. Thursday was also a fundraiser. Did everything go well with that? It looked like the numbers were jumping up pretty fast.
Yep. And there's still, I'll have to shoot out a link for you, but there's still a link I think that will go through next week for Give Butter. So it is a fundraiser too. We are a nonprofit. We do have grants. We are, based off of a lot of grants, and but technology is constantly changing. After iPads only work for so long, the iOS you can't upgrade or whatever, so we have to constantly get more things and stuff to stay, at the top for these kids so that they're learning new things and not old things. So it does benefit them. And so, yes, it is a fundraiser. It is our main tech awards that we do every year, and then we fundraise for it as well. So
we'll throw the link up on the description of this, so if folks want to learn more, they can go there and be able to see that. All right, Jayme, before we let you go, I'm going to spring something on you. We didn't talk about this ahead of time. We're about a week and a half away. aren't we, from Thanksgiving? Isn't that about where we're at right now?
Yeah.
So, and you and I just privately kind of chatted a little bit about it. So, we're going to be talking with people for the next week and a half about Thanksgiving traditions
Oh,
and some of the different things that they may do, because everybody's different and everybody has, different dishes they make, or, some people are usually traveling somewhere else. I think it's kind of funny. You can always tell. The only time that I ever see a car full of grown adults sitting in the back seat is when they're
is
traveling to a
traveling.
holiday.
Yep.
So
Yes.
you just see them driving down the road, and usually the people sitting in the back don't look really happy about
Yeah.
it. But
Yes. You're
they're all
so right. That's funny.
they're all
Yes.
carpooling. So Thanksgiving traditions. What are some of the things that you and your family like to do?
Sure. So, I have a really big family. My husband has six siblings, and everybody has like three or four kids. So, I usually host Thanksgiving at our little acreage, and I kind of do. Everybody brings something, which is great. But I always do turkey. My dad comes out. We smoke something, whether it's usually like prime rib or something. We smoke something, ribs, something, and then my husband was talking last night about getting another like the pre-smoked turkeys. So I
Yeah.
did both last year because you just have to heat those up. So we'll do a turkey and I think a pre-smoked turkey and some other meat. And then I know you think they're the devil, but sweet potato. I make a sweet potato casserole.
Sweet potatoes aren't actually food.
Oh, they're so good.
Yeah. No,
Mashed potatoes, definitely mashed potatoes.
those are good. Yeah.
I have to make like two spreads since my daughter has some allergies, so I make a separate things that she can have as well. And green bean casserole, I always make two big pans of those, like the big throwaway catering pans. Everybody
Right.
loves those. Corn, all the things, and then dessert. Usually, I leave that to my sister-in-laws if they're watching. They're like Betty homemakers, so um, love them. But I am not a big baker. I can definitely cook, but I leave the desserts to my sister-in-laws. So, and then we just all get together. Usually, I have dinner around 1 or 2, and everybody hangs out. And last year, my husband said, "Don't make it a tradition." Last year, we came down here into my shop and hung some Christmas lights at like 11 o'clock at night
Wow.
because Black Friday was the next day,
Right.
big shopping day. So I was like, I need help. So we did that.
All
He's
right.
like, don't make that a tradition.
Your shop is a unique boutique, and
Yes.
that's in Neola. So we want to encourage folks to get you on the list as they're roaming around on Black Friday. I'm sure you're going to have some great deals. And also, as we're recording this, I know that there's a football game coming up later on in the week.
Yes.
That
Yes.
congratulations to Tri Center, first time ever playing for a championship. It's
Yes.
and they're the semifinal game wasn't close. I mean, they've got a shot
No.
here. They got a shot to bring home a title.
I'm super excited. Yes. So last Thursday they played and they won at the UNI Dome. And now this coming Thursday, we're going back. So I didn't get to go last Thursday because we had tech awards. So I'm super excited. I get to take my kiddos, and I think my husband's taken off and we're all going to drive up. And I've never been there. I've not
Yeah,
even really been that way in Iowa unless we were going straight through. So
right.
I'm excited for that too. Yes. Good luck to Tri Center, all the boys playing football, and the coaches. We've great coaching staff, and I think everybody in the town is super excited, and so we're excited. Good luck to the Trojans.
Well, the best thing about going to the Unidome to watch a game is you don't have to worry about the weather.
Right.
You can just sit and be comfortable,
Not be
and
freezing.
and not be freezing. And it's a great atmosphere. It's been the state semifinals and finals in football have been played there, forever. So they know how to do it really well.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a lot of fun. And I know that there's going to be a lot of folks
Oh yeah.
for supporting Tri Center there, because when you first time there, everybody wants to make sure that they're a part of it, which I think is going to be great. So good luck, Trojans, as you head over there. And thank you so much, Jayme, for taking some time here this morning and being a part of this. Congratulations on the success from Thursday.
Yeah.
And don't be a stranger. You're welcome back here anytime.
Thank you so much. Thanks everybody. Have a good day.
AIM Institute, just one of the nonprofits that we want to highlight on Morning Coffee. If you know of a nonprofit and would like to see them here, let me know. Send me an email, toddstuder@gmail.com. I'll reach out to them, or maybe you are directly involved with one and would like to talk a little bit more about them on this program. Again, send me that email, toddstuder@gmail.com. Also, while you're roaming around the web, go to thebestwrestler.com and learn all about what George Ivanoff and his team can do to help your young person advance their wrestling career. If you have a young person interested in wrestling, maybe they're already a wrestler and you want to take them to the next level, the Best Wrestler, in my opinion, is one of the best wrestling clubs around. So just go to thebestwrestler.com, learn all about them. Follow them on social media too, because George is phenomenal at keeping everyone up to date on everything that is happening at the Best Wrestler. Also, Carol Horner with Synchronicity has written a book. It's called Spiral of Accountability. And it's a way to help businesses be able to communicate with each other, team building. When things can sometimes get a little sideways and you need some help getting on the right track, this book can help you do it. And also, why not have Carol come in and speak to your entire organization? So if you go to spiralofaccountability.com, you can purchase the book there and you can learn more about Carol Horner and what she can do for your business. Again, WinterFest is coming up this Friday. We're going to be talking about it all week. And also we're going to be talking about Thanksgiving traditions, just like we did with Jayme all week long too. So with all of our guests that we have on here with Morning Coffee. So thank you very much, as I mentioned in the beginning, for helping this program grow, and for your tremendous support for everything that is happening here. And I am looking forward to what's coming in the future. And I'm also looking forward to seeing you again tomorrow morning. My name's Todd Studer. Have a great Monday.